Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a question that has fascinated fans of the reggae legend for decades. Just how big was Bob Marley's family, really?
The answer isn't just a simple number. And the story behind it, well, it reveals a whole lot about the man himself, his life, and his philosophy. It's a winding road, for sure, taking us through official records, family stories, and a whole lot of speculation.
Okay, so if you go by the official Bob Marley website, the answer is 11. 11 children. That's the number the Marley estate stands by. 10 biological kids and 1 adopted daughter. Seems straightforward enough, right? Well, not so fast, because that official count is just where the story begins. It's widely believed that the real number is at least 13. Some people even speculate there are more unacknowledged children out there. And that gap between the official number and the rumored total, that's where things get really fascinating. And this quote right here, it gets right to the heart of how Bob saw things. For him, children were just a blessing. Procreation was this natural, beautiful part of life. And keeping that mindset in view is absolutely key to understanding the sprawling, complex family tree he ended up creating.
So, to really wrap our heads around this story, we've got to start at the center, at the core. His marriage to Rita Anderson back in 1966. She was the matriarch, the rock that held this wonderfully blended and incredibly talented household together.
This first family unit was really the foundation of the Marley clan. You have Sharon, who was Rita's daughter from a previous relationship, and Bob adopted her and raised her as his own. And then together with Cedella, Ziggy, and Stephen, these 4 actually formed the group Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, carrying their dad's musical torch from a really young age. But that was just the beginning. While he was married to Rita, Bob's family tree started branching out in some pretty unexpected ways. He fathered 7 more acknowledged children, with 7 different women. And check this out, this timeline really shows just how fast and how complex the family tree was becoming. I mean, just take a look at 1972. In a little over a month, Bob had 3 sons with 3 different women. Stephen was born to his wife Rita in April, then Robbie was born less than a month later, and then Rowan came along just 3 days after that. Incredible. And what a diverse group this next generation turned out to be. I mean, you've got Robert, a motorcycle stunt rider, and Rohan, the entrepreneur who started Marley Coffee. There's even this fascinating story with Stephanie. She was actually born from an affair Rita had, but Bob just stepped up and raised her as his own daughter. And of course, the music never stopped. You've got Julian Kaimani and the amazing Damien Jr. Gong Marley, a 3-time Grammy winner whose mom was the former Miss World, Cindy Breakspear. Okay, so we've met the 11 official children, but to truly answer our question, we have to step off the official family website for a second and dive into the world of the unacknowledged. And 2 names pop up here all the time. First, there's Amani Carroll. Now, if the dates are right, she would actually be his firstborn child, born way back in 1963. Then you have Makeda Janesta, and her story is pretty poignant. She was born in Miami just a few weeks after Bob passed away in 1981, which would make her his youngest child. But despite being recognized by fans and researchers, neither of them is officially acknowledged by the Marley estate. And the reasons why? That's still a mystery. So this is really the key thing to get. You have this official family, the 11 children who are part of the Marley brand and his formal legacy. And then you have these other children who exist just outside that official circle, whose stories complicate the whole narrative and push the total number of kids up to at least 13. So, what do we make of all this? When you look at this sprawling, unconventional family, it becomes so clear that Bob Marley's legacy isn't just something etched in vinyl. No way. It's a living, breathing, and constantly evolving thing. His 13 known children came from at least 9 different women. So what he created wasn't just a family. It was more like a global network of individuals, each one carrying a piece of that Marley name and spirit in their own, completely unique way. So in the end, while the exact number might always be up for debate, one thing is absolutely undeniable. Bob Marley's true legacy is coursing through the veins of his many, many talented and diverse kids. From Grammy-winning albums that echo his sound to international coffee brands that share his name, they've made sure that the Marley spirit continues to echo all around the world. You see, the Marley story didn't end in 1981. It multiplied. It spread across continents and across all kinds of industries, leaving all of us with one final, really fascinating question. With a lineage this vast, and this talented. Who do you think will be the next voice to carry that Marley torch into the future?